Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to start an email, right? How to greet people. So I'm going to pull this up. Okay. Anatoly, could you read the greetings, please?
Okay. Dear blank, Mr., Mrs., Miss, Doctor,
Good. Do you know
Professor,
the? Oh, sorry. Do you know the difference between these different titles?
between Miss and Miss. I don't know.
Between these last two, right? So Mr. is general for a male, right? Mrs. is a married female. Ms. is an unmarried female. And this is the written out version of this. Miss and Miss. And then doctor, of course, is if you have a degree. Right? If you have a PhD or if you're in science, things like that. Okay, go on.
A professor, dean, governor, judge, senator.
Senator, good.
Senator. If unsure about gender, use full name first and last.
So this one is important. If you don't know who you're emailing, so for example, if you're emailing a resume or if you're responding to an email to someone that you've never met before and you're unsure about their gender, if they're male or female, it's always a good idea to just use their full name instead of trying to use one of these prefixes like this. So you want to just say, you know, Jane Smith instead of mistaking them, right, and saying Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith. Okay. Can you continue?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Great. So those are different ways, formal ways to greet people in an email. So things that you want to avoid are being way too informal, right? So saying things like, hey, hi. Okay? These are fine if you're talking to your family members, to good friends, but you want to keep it formal if you're talking to someone that's in your workplace, so a boss, a colleague, someone that you're not sure about. So once you get the first part done, which is a greeting, then you have to start up. So Fernando, could you read these?
Okay, small talk. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope this finds you well. Stating.
Okay.
Okay.
So just real quickly, so small talk may seem unnecessary, but it's actually very important. So it's always good to say something nice, like I hope this finds you well, like good morning, in a business email, because you don't want to be too direct and start exactly with what you're saying. So if you write an email and immediately say, right, like I need this report tomorrow, it comes off as rude and curt, right? So you don't want to do that. You always want to be a little bit more formal and a little bit more nice and say something like that in the beginning. Okay. Keep going, Fernando.
Okay. Do I have, pardon?
Yeah, stating purpose.
Okay, stating purpose. My name is, I'm writing because.
Exactly, good. So then once you do something, say something nice, always be very clear, right? Clear and concise. This is really important, especially if you're sending out a resume, applying for a job. Make sure you say who you are and why you're writing. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Fernando?
Okay. Responding. Thanks you for your message regarding.
Exactly. Good. So it's always a good idea if you're responding to someone to just say thanks, right? Because thanks for taking the time to respond, right? Thank you for your message regarding this, and then go ahead and say what you wanted to say. Okay. So any questions so far on those two rules about how to start an email?
No, everything is okay.
No. Okay. Okay. What about you, Kevin? Can you hear and see everything okay? Kevin? No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then what about you, Eric? Do you have any questions?
No.
Nope. Okay. So Eric, could you read this example email here, the one up top?
Okay. Dear Mr. Smith, good morning. I hope to find you well. My name is Robert, and I am writing with a question about the schedule for today. When does the meeting start?
Good, perfect. Okay, so it's Mrs. Smith, right? Yeah, dear Mrs. Smith. Good. Okay, so Eric, what are the things that are good about this email? What do they do well?
I don't understand. Repeat, please.
What are the positive things, the good things about this email? Do they do the things we were talking about? Do they start
Uh,
appropriately? Do they use small talk?
when does the meeting start?
So yeah, so this is why he's writing. When does the meeting start? But it's important to note that he doesn't immediately say that, right? The email isn't just, "Hi, Mrs. Smith, when does the meeting start?" Right? It's really formal, right? It's, "Dear Mrs. Smith, good morning. I hope this finds you well. My name is, and I'm writing with," right? So he follows all of the steps that we talked about the right way to start an email, right?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, Anatoly, could you read the bottom one, please?
Okay. Good afternoon, Professor Jenkins. Thank you for your message. I can meet with you today at 4 p.m. Does that time work for you?
Good. Good. Okay, so then what are the things that this email does well, Anatoly?
Welcoming. Good afternoon, Professor. Thanks. Thank you. Grateful for expression of great
Gratitude?
gratitude. Yes.
Good. Good. Right. So you can tell this is a response, right? Because you know it's a response because he starts with "Thank you for your message," right? Exactly. And it's always really formal, really nice. Good afternoon, Professor Jenkins. Good. And uses the title. And as you can see, since he uses "good afternoon" in the greeting, he doesn't say it down here, so he's not redundant. Exactly. Okay. Any questions so far? It's pretty straightforward, right? Anatoly, any questions?
In the first slide, I remember the word "din." I think. What does
Dear?
it mean?
Dear?
In the first, Dean.
Oh,
Oh no.
dean. Oh, dean. Dean
I
is a
think.
title. So, for example, in a college or a university, there's going to be an academic dean who's in charge of different administrative tasks within the school. Dean. So, for example, I had a class dean who dealt with like all of the class of 2014. It's a title, the job position.
Okay. Thank you.
Usually in academic settings. Anything else?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. So then, how about you, Fernando? Any questions so far?
I just got a question about, okay, this is an example of a short mail, right? But in this case, well, in both examples, I can see, okay, there's an introduction, the greetings, and the reason of why you are writing this mail. But at the end, I mean, I don't know if we must include a kind of saying goodbye, like I don't know. For instance, after the question of the first example, when does the meeting start? After that, in the next line, maybe including wishing you the best and then my name or something like that, or it's just correct to leave it right there, just with the question and okay, I will send it.
Nope. So actually, so that's exactly what we're going to do now. So that was just starting up. Those were just ways to start emails. So now we're going to go on how to end them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no worries.